Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan, and welcome to my channel, Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on the Patreon page, thank you so very much. Today's reading or today's forecast is for Monday the 6th of July. This is a timeless reading though. I always, before getting online, I always ask for the highest, the high... Why can't I get this right? The message for the greater collective, that is for the highest good. Stumbling over my tongue this early. All right. So, that in and of itself, I believe, makes it timeless. So whenever you come across this message with this video, it's time for you to hear it. So just please leave it on, allow the message to play, see if it pertains to your life, even if it's not the 6th of July. I hope you guys had a good holiday. Technically, I filmed this a day early, so this is only really the 5th, but this will be for the 6th of July, or whenever you happen to see it. You can support the channel if you'd like by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be notified when I'll be going live. I've been kind of off on my live schedule. I'm going to get back to it at this point. COVID kind of threw me off, and sort of the unknown, all of that sort of stuff. I got really lazy. As did, I think probably a lot of people got a little bit bewildered. So I will be back doing a more regular live schedule soon. So you guys will want to subscribe for that. Please follow my business page. If you're interested in a private reading, feel free to message me at the Facebook business page. I can answer any questions there. And you can follow my Instagram at Engelgeist333 if I didn't say that already. All right, so let's get into this. We have an interesting week. What I noticed is that yesterday's reading, we end with the devil, and we ended with the devil the week prior. It's really weird. Why does the devil keep showing up week's end? What are we working on, guys? Are we looking at our shadow selves? Are we picking through some stuff? I think we are, and I think it's a good thing. I think that the devil's here to kind of show us, you know how they say that phrase, the devil's in the details? I just find it interesting. We had a different deck we were working with last Sunday. Then yesterday's reading, we started with the decks that we're working with now, and in yesterday's reading we had the devil show up. That little hot-footed goat that looked like he was ready to disco dance, in my opinion. We do have that energy of unicorn guiding us through this week, which to me is a very magical and beautiful, peaceful, calm, mythical energy. Allow that in to counterbalance any struggles we might feel with the hard work of the Seven of Pentacles at the beginning of the week, and that devil energy at the end. Okay, the devil's not something to be feared, it's something to be faced down. You grab that fiddle and you play that music as if your ass was on fire in Georgia. Isn't that the song? All right, so let's see what we have today for the 6th. So we have Ba-boom. Oh my God, what is this? I think this is possibly the Tower. Is this the Tower? What is this? Oh no, I'm sorry, duh, this is the 8 of Wands. Like, is this the Tower? I just saw the lightning crack, and I was like, oh shit, is this the Tower? So 8 of Wands is not necessarily a bad card. This is about I believe this is the 8 of Wands. I hope it is. Let me just double check in the book, just to make sure. I'm pretty sure it is, because I think these are wands here, and that's the number 8. I'm learning my numerals, leave me alone. Wands has to do with the element of fire, right? We also had, I believe, didn't we have the Queen of Wands, Mother of Wands in the midweek? So this is some of that Wands energy starting to build, I believe, for that Mother of Wands in the middle of the week. Just make sure that I'm on the right card. It is. So the 8 of Wands also can indicate love. It also indicates fast-moving energy, changes maybe afoot. The traditional visual of the 8 of Wands is that idea of those 8 wands kind of tilted to the side with the willow branches sort of shooting off they can either be shooting down or shooting up into the air, but they're definitely moving. There's a swiftness to this card. When I look at this lightning strike to me, and I feel like we saw this somewhere else in another card, I can't remember which one, but to me this feels like a bolt of inspiration. It feels like something that rocks us to our core, wakes us up. We have that 7 of Pentacles energy underneath it, right? So this might be the inspiration, or the wands, the element of fire, also connected to the spirit. This could be the bolt of information or the impetus that wakes us up a little bit to decide on a goal, on a path to take, on which steps to begin to start to put something that we desire, that we want to work towards, into motion, right? This is, to me, as I look at this card, this is gathering my attention in the sense that it feels like it's maybe a little bit, it almost has like a wand, or an, I'm sorry, not a wandsy energy, an ace-like energy, where it's sort of inspiring and boom, like big. To me, it feels like this crack comes out of the sky, this like lightning strike, and goes, shh, and all of the wands pop open, right? Similar, we are in 4th of July and listening to a lot of fireworks, right? But you see how those 8 wands sort of splay open, and the path may become clearer. We have light around this path here where it's dark up here. We're in the dark, and now we're kind of understanding through that 7 of Pentacles, through hard work and focus, where we need to go. The 8 of Wands is about moving us there, or taking the action to move us there through, and that's this sort of colorful lightning strike, through inspired thought, or new inspiration, that sort of thing. That's definitely the vibe that I'm getting. It's just like, oh, the knowing pops into our head. The clarity all of a sudden just sort of shows up. Remember, we are going through, what if today's the 5th? I believe tonight is the lunar eclipse. As I'm filming this, tonight is the lunar eclipse that is also a full moon, guys. It's going to be heavy, heavy energy. This lunar eclipse is the final Capricorn Cancer eclipse in a course from, I want to say, 9 eclipses that started back in 2017. So we've been going back and forth between the emotions and the nurturing of Cancer, and the steadfastness and the hard work of Capricorn. With that 7 of Pentacles energy, which we saw yesterday as the beginning of the forecast, which should be with us from, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, quite possibly, that is that Capricorn energy. To me, this is sort of this fire energy of wands, but it's also this soul inspiration, or this spirit inspiration. Pay attention to your random thoughts. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to any way where your spirit can maybe sneak in a thought or an idea and says, go this way, or make that choice, or choose this. It's the colors here, the rainbow colors that are in this lightning strike, to me speak to the idea of the energy of our chakras. It will feel right. It will feel in tune. It may even be like, whoa, where did that come from? Can I even accomplish that? It might feel a little doubtful. There is a little bit of faith with this card. The fast movement creates that idea of faith, like we're going to have to sort of jump in with the wands and let them take us. Let them move us in the direction we want to go. But we also have this steadiness of that 7 of Pentacles, that earth energy. So if we temper the energies or balance them, we can move fairly quickly, but also through hard work and attention, that's the 7 of Pentacles, we can get there. This 8 of Wands brings us to that sort of Mother of Wands, or that Queen of Wands energy that we're seeing in the midweek, I think. This is like the beginning of that fiery sort of soul inspiration, or that spirit connection that is going on with whatever it is we're working on. Now, this, you have to apply it to wherever it fits in your life. If you're struggling with a work situation, you're struggling with a partnership, you're struggling with family members, whatever it may be for you, this is where we need to pay attention to our thoughts, what drops in, what inspires us, what just sort of intrinsically feels right, and then start to move in that direction, keeping our attention, keeping ourselves as grounded as we can, and allowing the fast movement to sort of carry us, okay? It's going to work out, if that makes sense. There's a lot going on planetarily, too. Mars is going into the sign of Aries, which is its home sign. That's a very dynamic, action-oriented sign, Aries is. And Mars is also a very dynamic, sort of action-oriented, manifestational planet that rules over like how we argue, how we debate, how we manifest. So keeping that in mind too, this could be some of this Ace of Wands energy too, is this desire to sort of move forward, push forward, start to create the change where we need it in whatever areas we need it, and we'll be inspired to do so. So channel this energy and utilize it, right? It's actually a good thing, I think. It just, to me, it feels like it's coming out of nowhere. So don't be surprised if some of you actually even receive opportunities. Like, the phone could ring and somebody's like, hey, I got a job. Or somebody could, step forward and be like, hey, can we go on a date? No, I mean, not, maybe it's a Zoom room date. I don't know. But it's that sort of a thing where it's like, could be out of nowhere. It could be a big surprise. But it will feel right, I feel like. That's the rainbow colors in that lightning strike. And you need to trust it. You'll need to trust the hard work and energy or effort, attention that you put into it through that Seven of Pentacles that underpins this. And remember too that we have that grounding stone of peace, right? This is the grounding stone that will be with us all week. So this attainment of peace should be the goal, should be the focus, right? So if we are inspired to move in a certain direction, or all of a sudden things become a little bit clearer, trust, stick, move, and allow yourself to be led by your own spirit. Trust your own sort of intuition, trust your own inner voice, and remember to temper it with that Seven of Pentacles hard work energy. All right, so here is your animal spirit guide. And after this, I will read the definition of these cards. Oh, look who's back. It's our friend Gazelle. And what I learned in this deck, I was wrong when I did Gazelle. I think we had Gazelle last week. Didn't we? We had Zebra. Gazelle was last Thursday. Okay. So what I got wrong about Gazelle is this is actually fire energy. I thought it was Earth because the triangle is placed down low, but Earth has the triangle down low and then a line through it, I believe, in this deck. So I didn't realize that at the lower end of the triangle. So this is actually fire energy, which makes sense with the sort of color of that sun sitting in there, in that sun. To me, I was associating Gazelle because it's a four-footed, oh my god, mammal, is right? Is it a mammal? Oh shit. This is where I look science stupid. But anyways, it's a like land walking animal. So I kind of thought quite possibly this was an earth animal. It's not. It's fire. So we have double fire going on here. This to me says double action, or the desire to move forward is going to be strong today. Gazelle, though, I'm going to say, when I look at these two together, I feel like there's divine inspiration of some sort, or opportunities, ideas, things that we didn't necessarily expect or see coming that kind of pop into our space, into our mind, or through our environment, like the phone ringing and somebody, say, offering a job. I'm using that as an example. This gazelle to me is that idea of also swift movement, right? Gazelles can move quick when they're being chased, bitch. They can like pivot and move and dodge and turn left, and they can thwart a lion if they need to, right? But gazelles also are light on their feet. And that to me is also the energy of this Eight of Pentacles. There's some movement here, people. Like, no joke. Some of you, it may not be for all of you, for those of you that are a little bit slothy like me, or moving, feeling slower, I feel like I can feel the energy starting to pick up again. But for some of you guys who are going to really feel this and be able to really utilize it to your advantage, be nimble like the gazelle, be aware like the gazelle. Last week when we saw this gazelle, I saw more of a peacefulness to it. To me, this week, as I'm looking at this Eight of Wands and thinking about the cards of the week, I feel like this gazelle is like sort of, and also I don't know, I don't know why, but her ears are really drawing my attention. It's like we're listening for the opportunity. We're listening for that sort of divine inspiration to drop in, and when it does, we just start to click, 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 like prance like the gazelle off into the sunset or into the sunlight towards the light of what it is that resonates within our soul and our spirit. If that's a relationship, if that's a choice between two lovers, branded, but a fool, I don't even know if that's the right words, but you know what I mean? Or if it's a different job, or maybe the creating of our own inspired business, doing something we love, pursuing a hobby because we have extra time on our hands, whatever that is, today's the day to take that inspiration and basically run the Saharan plain with it. That's gazelle. Listen, also, those ears are really drawing my attention today. I did not notice them the last time. Gazelle is, I would say, more passive, certainly not a predator by any means. We don't have to go out there and be aggressive in any way, shape, or form. We can actually be rather passive and still get to our goal quite swiftly with how's, like, what's the word I want to say, with this sort of delicate nature about us. Do you know, see what I'm saying? Like, to me, even with this lightning bolt, there's this interesting, just the decision is clear and we move forward and we do it swiftly, deftly, like the gazelle. Again, we do it from this place of peace, right? Or in search of this peace, grounded in this peace. This gazelle is definitely representing that. All right, so let's read the Eight of Wands really quick. Eight of Wands is sudden movement or change. The Eight of Wands strikes the lightning. It's the card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue or receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means literal movement is on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. Now that's a really normal and traditional Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands can also be about love, guys. I've definitely seen it about fast-moving travel and love too, like the opening up or the divulging of, feelings, that sort of thing, like the security and safety of that, feeling that, and then that sort of stimulates the movement that is represented in the Eight of Wands. So let me find Gazelle, even though we've read her before. I'm going to read her one more time. Gazelle Bunchen, supermodel of the Saharan plain. So heightened awareness and ability and vulnerable. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all of those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. So again, there's that gentleness, that passivity that I see with the gazelle, but I feel like this gazelle knows where it's going. I know that they're saying, like, in the card definition, like, stop, and that's the ears to me, and the eyes on the gazelle are being aware and attentive. That's that Seven of Pentacles energy underneath. Yet, she can move nimbly, right? And she can also move quite quickly. She has the sun at her back, like energizing her to move forward. It says here, when in balance, graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, it's food allergies, insomnia, and racing mind. And if you're experiencing any of those out of balance symptoms, to bring into the balance, you want to do some yin yoga, cozy up your home, or eat some good food. That would certainly ground your energy too. But I feel like this is like a light, quick, inspired movement. So you have that grounding in that Seven of Pentacles underneath, but you don't want to stay so grounded that you're sedentary. All right, so let's see what's going on with the grounding stone. Okay, I love that this is on like a red stone. This is on carnelian. To me, this is totally the first chakra, right? We have dual fire. Is it going to stand up? Okay. We have dual fire cards, right? We also have this red stone, which speaks to that idea or that element of fire. The stone is embrace. I think that this is about embracing the idea that may come, the inspiration that may come in this Eight of Wands, embracing ourselves and believing in ourselves through the hard work of the Seven of Pentacles that's underneath this, embracing that idea of peace that we saw yesterday that should be with us throughout the week, and embracing the idea that we deserve it. The gazelle energy also is about embracing sort of the beauty in the surroundings around us and taking that breath, like it said in the card, but it's also about embracing the journey of moving forward and moving ahead, especially coupled with this Eight of Wands. So I would say it's about really being like, when I look at this embrace stone, it makes me also think of the idea of gratitude and being in that gratitude of everything that you have and all of the abilities that you have to sort of move yourself forward at this time. A lot of us have felt constrained and restricted over this past few months. For those of you that can begin to start to move or start to make choices and changes to bring about this sort of swift, fiery motion, embrace that, love that, be grateful for that, and allow that to come, like, flood in even more so. I feel like that's what this embrace stone is about. Embracing those also around you as they are is always a good rule of thumb too. It helps for that forward movement. It helps for those opportunities and advantages to sort of sneak into our lives when we least expect them in that Eight of Wands. And it also offers that sort of nimbleness that we see in the gazelle, that swift, sure-footed ability to move quickly. because we're accepting things through that embrace stone. We're actually, when you embrace something, you love it for what it is, right? You don't try and change it. You don't try necessarily to make sense of it. You just allow it to be. And when you allow something to be, you're more in line with it in the universe. All right, that is your forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow. Have a great day. I love you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.